Hey everyone, and welcome back to my 5th placement match for solo queue. I went with Blitzcrank. I know I was saying I was going to play off meta, but I'm not really sure if Blitzcrank's still in meta at the moment. At the same time, the ADC wanted me to take Blitzcrank when they asked what I was going to take, and I said Elise. The team threatened to take a troll pick, which, you know, it's suicidal. We're all doing placements or, you know, promotions and stuff like that, so why threaten your own game because someone wanted to play a different champ? I don't know. But I was a little rusty with the Blitzcrank since the last time I played him was during the support showcase, which was so long ago. But as you can tell, I wasn't landing many Qs because usually I've played with smart casting off. But with it on, I can't really see the distance, you can say, on how far the hook's going to go, so I was misjudging a lot. Near the end of the match, I started to get used to it, but I was just not on par with landing them. Yeah, the matchup for me and Caitlyn was against a Braum and Varus, which Bard is actually a decent support, but the problem is for a lot of his, kit, you need the chimes, so he tends to disappear from his lane a lot to go get chimes, which just lets me and Kate put more pressure on the bot lane. But the later on in the game it gets, the more chimes he gets, Bard becomes a threat. But until then, he's pretty much just an annoyance with his comboing of his Qs and his ult and stuff like that. So he double stuns the team and just locks everyone up for the escapes or the placing for his own team to get us back, you can say, with a gank. Man. It was kind of embarrassing how many Qs I missed for this match. But as I said, it's because smart casting. I wasn't just used to it yet. But it's something I gotta learn if I want to get better at the game. Personally, anyways, that's my opinion. Build-wise, it's Blitzcrank. A lot of, you could say, mana for his passive, for his mana shield to just tanking. Don't really have to worry about too much AP on a Blitzcrank. He's mostly there just to isolate people, so I went with the Face of the Mountain for the shield. I could have went Amulet Coin too, just to get the 5 gold to 7 gold when it's upgraded for every minion that dies, plus the health regen that it gives when minions die. But I wanted to be able to shield because Caitlyn was squishy, and at the same time with Shen being able to jump in, that's a lot of shielding on anybody who decides to dive. I didn't even get to go to full build, even though this match was about half an hour. That's why certain parts of the video are sped up compared to others. Because I really didn't die. I think I was between 3 kills, 2 deaths, and I think about 8 assists or something like that. It was a decent score, and I didn't actually die that much or even go back to base that often in the early game. So a lot didn't happen. But when stuff did happen, it was nice. Like, dang. Like right about now, Bard ulted Caitlyn, and I was like, what? I thought she was missed, so I was like, what the hell? But at the same time, they both tried to go past me. And trying to pass a Blitzcrank is a bad idea because, as you saw, I pulled Varus like all the way back. I silenced both of them, and Caitlyn just finished. Like, if he was thinking about Bard saving him from Caitlyn's ult, it wasn't going to happen. One of them was going to be pulled, and that was going to mess up their positioning, so Caitlyn's ult had a, we'll say, 80% chance of actually landing and killing him, and then, you know, I'm Blitzcrank. Knock-ups, speed-ups, and more grabbing. That's what led to Bard's death. Lee Sin kept looking for chances to gank, but I think they knew that we placed wards in the river and stuff like that, so they were telling him not to. At the same time, it's a bad idea to try and gank with a Blitzcrank because shit like that's just going to happen. I'm just going to mess you up with a grab, and Caitlyn's going to get a few free trades on you. So here I just came in to try and distract, which I did, which also let Caitlyn enough time to come in and secure a kill. Poppy was too much of a tank, we couldn't do much against her. At the same time, Lee Sin was just wanting to jump in on Caitlyn, but I wasn't going to let that happen. As soon as I saw him flying, he was going to get knocked up or ulted or something. Whatever was going to happen to him. We got greedy at this point, and honestly, it was our fault for losing Dragon. we shouldn't have gone in knowing that Lee Sin was still alive and still hanging around. So basically Lee Sin got a dragon and ultimate out of that. So I think Veigar killed him in the forest anyways. I can't remember. But this is funny. Rom tried to save Varus, but he just landed up screwing him over. Because the thing is, with Blitzcrank's E and Bard's ultimate is that it doesn't stop the E. The timer on the E is actually rather high. So as soon as you come out of Bard's ultimate, you're going to hit up whoever's in front of you. So unless they have an instant flash, it's not going to happen. This is what I'm talking about. Lee Sin can't keep up to Caitlyn because I just keep pulling him back and silencing him and knocking him up. Which, honestly, we won that trade because he wasted his Q and I think his ultimate at the same time, which honestly was worth. I stayed around the tower to try and protect or slow down the minions. I should have went back in any other situation, especially if we were losing, because me dying just gives them more of a chance to take the tower. Here, I was mostly just trying to stall for time, get experience and some extra gold, so that when Caitlyn finally comes back to tower, she's going to be okay. Now this is the funny part, because Lee Sin almost killed himself, because if that Q connected at that moment and he presses again to jump at me, he would have killed himself, because he would have teleported me back to the base, and hey, free kill for me, but I think he knew better than that, so yeah, I was like, no, Bard, you're going to stay over here, because I saw Veigar coming through the jungle, which, vision-wise, we actually had a lot of Shen and Zac were both doing it top. Veigar was placing few wards near the bend, and then me and Caitlyn were keeping it pretty tight down on bot lane. So we had enough vision to see whenever someone was coming through, or they were trying to position for a gank or something. Yeah, I don't know what was up with Annie. I think Annie was on a tilt, because after that, and I think one or two other times, the enemy team kept telling us to report Annie. You know what? If someone's having a tilted game or something, don't report them. It's just a tilt. Everyone has a bad game from time to time. That's it. Caitlyn's death was on me. This was a really dirty trade because I grabbed the Tibbers thing and I grabbed Annie. And since Tibbers got behind me, he focused on Caitlyn and just took her out. They won, but Veigar survived, which was wasn't too bad. They took the second dragon though, but there wasn't much we can do. We got outplayed, outpositioned, and outmechanicked. But see, look, that Caitlyn warded. I was so happy seeing actually people warding on the team for once, because if you notice the past few videos, no one wards, which is a very important thing. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you what I was doing with Blitzcrank for build-wise. As I said, lots of mana, frozen gauntlet to slow down people after you hit them up or grab them and stuff like that. I went with Redemption, just because Redemption's still OP. Plus, mana regen's always nice on Blitzcrank, too. Because that just means when your health gets low enough, when your passive pops for your mana shield, you're going to be good to go with a lot of it. Poppy was... She shouldn't even step close to the jungle. That CC from our team was just going to be way too much for her. I couldn't find another chance to grab. Well, actually, to connect with a grab at this point, because our team was just steamrolling ahead. We group fight like the majority of this, which was worth it. We had tons of tank and everything and lots of damage, so there was nothing much they can really do, because when they lose their tank, they have no other option than to stay on the back line and wait for their timer to finish. This next point, we do take Baron. I think we wasted Baron, though. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I want enough time to explain to you. Because after taking the Baron, we just kind of messed around trying to take the dragon and stuff like that, which was just a waste. And yeah, it's coming up here. Poppy disconnected, but she reconnected. I find there's been a lot of disconnect reconnect issues. It's not actually people quitting, it's just, bad connections and stuff. So as I was saying, we wasted this Baron. We didn't really push the lanes. We went after the dragon and stuff like that. Sure, you can say we denied them the chance to get Baron and make a comeback, but we wasted it completely with what we were doing. But on the other hand, this was a great 5th placement match. Sure, I didn't get to play who I wanted to play, but sometimes you got to make compromises for your team. or you're just going to lose again. So our end score so far is 2 wins, 3 losses. That's not too bad. It's kind of acceptable. It means I can still come out with 5-5, which should put me up higher in bronze division. Because of my flex, I think I was 6-4 and got bronze 1, so I'm expecting both bronze 2 and bronze 3. But if you liked it, like, subscribe if you want to be kept up to date with more videos. And you know the routine. So, until next time, take care. And yes, they surrendered to give me the victory.